Here we go. Good morning, and welcome to Positive Talk with Carrie. Gotta get that morning sip. Positive Talk with Carrie is your total wellness, focusing on the health of your mind, your body, and your soul. It's an opportunity for reminders. It's an opportunity to sit back and just listen. And it's also an opportunity to engage and talk with me while I am discussing a topic. Today I want to talk about taking a leap of faith. You know, when we make a leap of faith, you can accomplish almost anything that you set your mind to. And it is something that I know in my life, my mother has always told me, that if you set your mind to it, you can do it. And it's like, okay. But honestly, it is so true. Our mind is so powerful, and it can create such a great world for us. So I wanted to explore that, and I wanted to talk about it. Before I get into that, I wanted to share with you the 3 things that I'm thankful for. You know, coming back from a holiday weekend, being able to, spend some time with my daughter and her husband, and it sounds so strange, her new husband. They just got married. But also spending time with my husband and our official, complete new chapter in our life. We went through some stages of, okay, we're empty nesters. Oh, no, we're not. Yes, we are. And I'll go on a little tangent, and then I'll get back to the 3 things I'm thankful for. But it's interesting that when someone starts to go into that chapter of what they call empty nesters, I don't really think that it is what it is, so to speak. Yes, the home is emptier, meaning that the children are no longer living at home. But home can be even more filled. I think that with with life it's interesting. You know, we raise our kids. Our goal in life is to raise them, make sure they're healthy, make sure they're safe, make sure that they understand life. We educate them as much as possible as parents to what to expect with life and how to overcome obstacles and things to do. And then we send them off in the world. They make their decisions. Some are good, some are bad. And then they find that someone, not all, and not everyone does, but eventually they will find that someone. And when they do get married, it's interesting because it's not like you are losing a child, you're gaining another family, which is so amazing. And I feel like the whole coined term, empty nesters is only true for a short period of time, but then that begins to grow, and it's just so amazing. So this morning I am so thankful for family, and I know that sounds like, okay, Carrie, that's one of the things that you told us to, yes, focus on, but let's go beyond that. And I agree. But there are times when things happen or arise where you still need to acknowledge family. Now, the other thing that I'm thankful for, very grateful for, is nature and the sounds of nature, the sights of nature, being able to get out and feel nature. The fresh air, the warm breeze, the feeling the grass as you I take my shoes off every once in a while, and I have to put my bare feet into the grass. I do the same thing when I'm at the beach. I've always done that as a kid. It brings peace. It brings a little bit of a comfortable zone for me. And it's just something I've always done. The other thing is, the sounds of nature are just amazing. The birds, the wind, all the things that happen, even down to like a bumblebee or a bee that is buzzing around. All of those things, just every once in a while, I sit out on our balcony and I just close my eyes and I feel the warmth of the sun. I feel that breeze that blows through. But I just listen to the sounds of nature around, because we live kind of in the forest area. And it's just so incredible. So incredible. So nature is one. And the third thing that I am thankful for it's kind of, when you do this in the morning and you think of all the things that you're thankful for, and there are a few things that are very strong when you say them. So what I mean by that is, the one thing that I do is I write down, I've actually written down everything I'm thankful for, and I add to it every day, as much as I can. Sometimes as I'm going through and I'm reading my long list, things will pop out at me. Like they'll just feel strong on the page. And as I verbally say them, they'll become even stronger. So those are the things I pick for that day to focus on. And really, it was the two things that came out at me. And then there was just like this cluster of a bunch of things that popped out. Because a lot has happened in the last 24 hours in my career. And I know that there's a reason for everything. There is a path that I haven't even seen yet that is going to be revealed. And a little bit of an unknown moment, but not scared for change. I am staying in the positive that everything that has been affected by this change, good things are going to come out of it. And I in my heart, I know that is going to happen. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm thankful for change, because sometimes messages are there in front of us that is telling us that we need change in our life. We ignore it, we ignore it, we ignore it. So it has to take a greater step. And it's literally smacking you in the face and saying, pay attention to me. And we're forced into change. And many times we at first don't like it, because we don't like to be forced into anything. And that's anyone, So I do believe that this change is going to be good for everybody involved. So change is the last one. But what are you thankful for? What brings you joy? What makes you happy? What are the things in life that you're truly thankful for, but you want to acknowledge and give them thanks? Do that this morning. Take just a few moments and really think about it to yourself. Say them out loud and say thank you. So the topic this morning I wanted to get into is taking a leap of faith. As I mentioned, when you make a leap of faith, you can accomplish almost anything that you set out to do. Many people, in noticing the guidance of their souls find themselves contemplating goals, then that seem outrageous or maybe even unattainable. In the mind's eye, these individuals stand at the edge of a cliff and look out over the abyss at the fruit of their ambition. It can be scary. Some resist the urge to jump. They're paralyzed by the gap between their current circumstances and the life of their dreams. Others make a leap of faith into the unknown, unsure of what they will encounter, but certain that they will gain more in their attempts than they would bowing to self-protective instincts. This leap can be very difficult for individuals with control issues, because the act of embracing uncertainty requires them to trust that surrender will net them the rewards they seek. And it is so hard when, for a lot of us, myself being one, to take a leap of faith, because in the back of our head we're thinking, well, what if? And I know my husband is one of those as well, where it's thinking about, well, what if this, what if that, and you never move forward. So for those that have that concern, or that is a struggle for them, take a moment and just take a deep breath, let it out, and then push forward. When you make a leap of faith, believing without a doubt that you will land safely on the other side, you can accomplish almost anything that you set out to do. There's no doubt been times in your life when you've chose to go where the universe was taking you, or you felt guided. Yet you may encounter instances in which your objections require you to step outside of your boundaries, of your established comfort zone, so that you may freely and actively push forward into a new phase of your life. While you may fear that what seems to be the inevitable fall, consider that likely you will find yourself flying. A successful leap of faith requires your attention, as it is quiet and often instinctive. It's an instinctive voice in your inner self that will point you towards your ultimate destination. Understand that leap across the chasm may challenge you to unforeseen ways, but you will make it cross if you trust yourself. If your mind, heart resist, you can dampen this resistance by building a bridge of knowledge. The more you know about the leap that you are about to take, the smaller the gap begins to look for you, and it will appear to you. Your courageous leap of faith can lead you into uncharted territory, enabling you to build a new, more adventurous life. Though you may anticipate that fear will be your guide on your journey, you will likely discover that Acceleration is your constant companion. So that feeling that you get, that desire that you get to do a leap of faith. You know, when I thought about talking about taking a leap of faith, it's one reason why I went into a little bit of detail about the empty nest and the chapter in life that parents take. What's interesting also is, you know, growing up, we are so young, so naive, yet we think that we know everything. A lot of times we don't listen to our parents or adults. But as we start to get older, and as we start to go through things in life, in different chapters in life, we start to realize that those individuals that were trying to talk to us or trying to show us something, they were doing that out of love, but they were doing that because they've experienced something very similar, or maybe even the exact situations that we have experienced or going through. And they want to be there to help you. The person that I think of with almost every chapter that I've gone through so far in life is my mother. I realize how much I am like her. I am my mother's daughter. For the longest time, I hated it when people would compare me to my mom. When I was little, when I was a teenager. But I now look at it as, yes, that is my mother. I love her dearly. I love her with all my heart. She has sacrificed for me. She has done so much for me. And I understand it now. Because as a mother and a wife, and even a sister, I understand it now. I understand a lot of what my mother has gone through. I understand what she's feeling and going through now. It makes me appreciate her even more, but also it causes me to lean in when she speaks, to really truly listen to the words that she says. And I encourage you, if you have somebody in your life, it could be your mother, it could be your father, it could be an aunt, maybe a grandmother, or just somebody you know that is trying to help you through a stage of life, lean in a little bit and really listen to what that person has to say. Then you can determine if this is relevant to you. Because if it's someone who is older than you and has experienced a lot more than you have, it probably is. And this is a great opportunity to be able to learn from those that have gone through life, but also to listen to their experiences and then make your own choice about your experience. Having that knowledge can help you. I love the term that my mother uses, the analogy that my mother uses about chapters in life, because it's so true. And every time I pick up a book and I start to read a book, and I flip through to kind of brief through, look at the chapters real quickly. How many chapters am I looking at? And then I start to read it. And I start to think of my mom, because chapters in life, it's so true. You read a chapter, and it's like a mini story. When you go to the next chapter, the first chapter you read is the setup of the next chapter typically. But also, it's, in a way, a whole new story. Because it starts to evolve and starts to develop and starts to progress. Life is a lot like that. And each chapter we go through, I think that it's important that we acknowledge it, accept it, embrace it, and move forward, because it's a part of life. It's a part of life. We can't go back. And we have so much to look forward to. So take that leap of faith. And know that jumping forward and taking that leap of faith, you're about ready to explore and experience some amazing things in life. Some struggles, but some amazing things in life. They're going to help you to accomplish what you set out to do. So that is my message for you guys this morning. I hope this was helpful. It probably was a reminder for a lot of us. But I think that it's important to really look at this when life brings us change. And it's important to not to resist the change that life has to bring us. I want to wish you guys well. Be safe, be kind, and love one another. And I will talk with you soon. Thank you for your time.